Check it out. Woo! Hey guys, I thought I'd show you how to make your guitar sound like an F1 engine. I think it's pretty fucking cool, right? It's pretty cool. I used this sound recently on my new solo song called Hit Song. Which is kind of based on like, I do a bunch of research on putting your own music out there, and then people say this thing like, oh, you gotta make hits, you gotta have all these hooks and all this, and I just had like this voice in me that thought, okay, well, you know, let's try to make a hook, and it just felt forced because you're forcing a hook and it just doesn't feel natural, and I thought, you know what, fuck that. I got fed up with this whole forcing thing, and I just thought, you know what, here's your fucking hit. You know, this is what I'm gonna do. And I just felt that there was just, the music just felt raw, it felt real, it felt different, it was exciting, and I just got captivated with like, what if it goes here? Man, is this gonna piss some people off? You know, it's just fun. It's such a cool sound, you know. I've been doing this since I was a teenager, and the first time I heard this sound was actually on the White Stripes' Blue Orchid. You might know this one. It's so good to this day, and I just got the chills when I heard it. I was really, really young. I was probably like 13 or 12, and I was like, what is this? My dad showed it to me, and he's like, hey, check out the new White Stripes. He'd show me Elephant, and I was really like hooked with the band. And then when Get Behind Me, Satan came out, we listened to the first song, Blue Orchid. It just blew my mind. What the fuck is this guitar tone? You know, like just completely just shocked. It was so good. Like just hearing it on the car stereo, just the amount of bass and just it's so good. When I was a music equipment salesman and a customer came in and said something like, hey, show me something interesting. I'm like, wait, I'll blow your mind. Check out the Nano Pog. That's right, the Nano Pog. I was so stoked to show the Pog. I could just talk about it forever. And I was so excited about it. And then this dude knows the sound too. And he's like, you're shitting me, right? You can get that sound through this pedal? I'm like, you ain't heard nothing yet. Let me show you. And I'd show him and he'd be just blown away. And we'd just be so geeky about this thing, this sound. And when I got my hands on it, I just started playing around with it, you know? And it's just one of those things that like you experiment with stuff and you hopefully come up with something kind of unique. That's a really fun thing to do. And it just kind of happens that way. I'd play around with it, I'd come up with all these rap metal kind of things, and I thought, this is really weird. I'd show it to my friends back then, and even they'd just kind of their eyes would water. They're like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was so cool, you know, and I've been using the Pog with Kaiser from time to time. You know, like you do something like this maybe. Then you drop the E string like really low with the octave and it's just disgusting. And that's how you end the show. You leave the guitars, you leave the stage, people like, what the fuck was that, you know? Oh God, that's so fun. I've carried that sound with me just throughout this musical journey, used it with Kaiser, and now I'm kind of bringing it back again, using it on some new solo songs. I also used it on a song called What's It Worth? Which is actually like an old song of mine. 2 old songs that I made actually when I was a teenager, and I kind of combined them together, kind of like Michael Jackson, and then there's the kind of more hard rock part, and they just gelled together. So I thought, hey, let's make this thing. I thought it turned out really cool, and the trippy music video was interesting. So let's see how we make this sound. How does it happen? Okay, so the Nano Pog is this pedal. Just turn it on. And actually, to get this sound, just turn all the knobs all the way up. All of them. Sub-octave, dry, octave up. Just max them out. I don't even need to show you anything. Just max out the knobs, dude. They're just some kind of a distorted sound. It doesn't really matter what it is. Then, if I turn the octave all the way down, so you only have the sub-octave maxed, dry all the way maxed, you're gonna get some kind of corn-like tones. There's also the bigger version called the Pog 2. I used to use that originally, but I think the Nano Pog does the job. That one I think has like 2 higher octaves if I remember right, and you can do like presets and stuff, but I like this one. It's simple and fun. It's just an octave pedal. And I encourage, again, like I've said many times, just experimentation and, you know, being inspired by some sound, perhaps, and then just thinking, okay, well, what can I do with this? It's fun. It's fun, dude. It's just exciting. You know, I don't know what people think about my hit song. I don't know. I think people are gonna hate it, but at least it's me. I guess, you know, it's authentic, and I like the idea, and I thought it was weird. You do F1 sounds, you put a little bit of Slayer, then you go hardcore punk, and then you go kind of Suicide Silence. Like, what the fuck, man? It's fucking fun. It's really cool, and I think it kind of excites me because when I was a kid, I had this dream. I had a lot of dreams, huh? But one of my dreams was to create a car engine instrument. Was to literally take like an F1 engine and have some kind of a limiting system that limits the way it pushes to notes. And it turns out that's already done. I think there's like a video where someone made Happy Birthday with an F1. And I just thought it'd be cool if you had like a car engine instrument. You could play it somehow. You know, you'd have some kind of pedals to play notes. Little Dreaming Auto, I think, got it in the form of a guitar pedal. So it's pretty cool. And hey, man, maybe AI can do something interesting in the future. We'll see. But that's all I got. And I hope it inspires you to try out the pedal or come up with something new. Or if you have your own weird ideas, just, dude, make them true, like in some way. Like you're allowed to experiment, and I think it's something that makes music go forward, right? Like Darren Malakian said that too. Is like, you know, you do something, you're inspired by lots of different things, you put them together, and you create something new, and it goes forward, and the evolution of music goes to some direction. It's interesting. Embrace your creativity, embrace your experiments, stimulate the subconscious mind. Oh my God, I gotta stop this video now. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time, peeps. Am I gonna do one of these transitions where I go goodbye and then... No, just gonna leave this here. All right, bye guys.